almost in the shadow of the stadia, within sight of the black and white bridge over the canal. We begin our walk number 2. This is Wigan Walk 2. Right, so we're still on the road, but there's a boat using the lock. Now in the summer, that lock's usually got kids being very stupid, jumping into the water, etc. Anyway, we're going to walk this way, and we're going to go, see how far we get along the canal, heading out of Wigan towards Parbold. Don't think I'll get to Parbold on this walk, but I have done it in the past. So here we are on the canal. And another boat there as well. Parked up, or docked, or whatever they call it. Moored, there you go. So we can see brickwork on the other side of the canal, where obviously there was some kind of industrial activity. And then if we look over down on this side, we've got some marshland. But the reeds started to grow back again. And on the other side, we've got artificial lakes. Now, not sure whether or not this was some kind of place for parking or loading or unloading barges back in the day. But at the moment, over there is used as a fishing area for people. I've just noticed we've got little ducklings. Spring has sprung. Here we've got another narrowing of the canal. But again, I assume there's some kind of, well, there's a lot of ex buildings on this side, so I assume this was some kind of access, but directly over is water. So again, maybe it was a way of filling up boats, barges on that side, because if you walk across here, you can follow the path if you want, but if you like a bit of rougher terrain, and this is fairly rough terrain, then you'll see that this is industrial. There's bricks and debris. It's not natural at all. As you can see from the tracks, this is a popular haunt for cyclists because it's quite rough, lumpy, got a few little jumps in it and things like that. Including this one here. Ooh, element of risk as well. Rather large hole. Now, there is a guy, older guy, comes into the shop, and I was talking about this area here, and he was saying, I can't remember whether he said he remembers this when it was industrial, or one of his relatives or someone in the past worked around here. But it is next to the canal, so it does make sense that there was something, activity going on of some kind, all of which now is completely gone, and created this rather peaceful, apart from the alarm, landscape and little sidewalk as we walk back to the canal. So the alarm has gone off as we get back to the canal. Oh, tree that's fallen down very recently by the looks of things. What a beautiful day. Railway bridge, this one I think is the Southport line. Certainly not the main line anyway. Maybe Ormskirk as well. So past the bridge, past the fairly new build houses, some of them in there over 15 years, but some of them are pretty brand new, to the next lock. This is the, I call it the Martland Mill lock, because the Martland Mill is a few stones throw away to the left. So from here, for quite a while now, is a brand new footpath put in last year. A lot smoother, less puddlier, certainly less muddier. And this goes all the way past Crook and beyond. So here's the road that takes you to Beach Hill, the bridge, and just after it, as you're going away towards Asda, there's a little car park where you can park your car. So technically you could start your walk here, if you wanted to. There's lots of wood on the other side of the canal there, which is, I assume, where they would tie up the barges to load them up. And no doubt there was a mill or something similar where these buildings are now, because you've got the terraced houses nearby where the Wickers would live. Another old bridge, number 49. It's got what looks like a 60s, 70s, 80s crossover on it, but the rest of it is pretty unique to when it was built originally. So there is Martland Mill. Further up is the Heinz warehouse, and then you've got these properties here which have been here for a good 20 years, probably longer, overlooking the canal. Very nice place to live, I would have thought. But then again, underneath these houses you can see heavy duty stone brick work, which means I would assume that there was some large building up top of here. And again, now completely peaceful, apart from me rambling on. And there's the Heinz warehouse. Okay, so we've got further along now, and another narrowing, this time with this, which is currently being used as a dog car wash type thing, although I don't think getting your dog in there is going to make it necessarily clean. But obviously had another purpose of some kind. And you can tell with the metal bars holding everything together that this was built for strength. Now, was it just a lock that's no longer used? Because if it is, it's about the right size for a lock, but the water's the same on either side, so that doesn't make sense. Got a hole down there, got something going on over there, got little ducklings again going on. The other end of it, some of the things, so it does look like a lock, but I don't understand why it would be a lock. Because there you've got the bit where the water goes around the lock, but it's not, it's the same both sides. Unless there's been a lot of earth movement, and certainly is on the other side. All that sandy stuff is a fake hill that was not there a few years ago. Coming up to a marina. This isn't it, this is just a private one. But the other side of that footbridge there is the main marina in Wigan. So the other side of the bridge, spin round, and there we go. The main marina of Wigan, very near a pub, which I would imagine is brilliant. So it goes all the way up there. Quite substantial, but we're carrying on. So we're nearly now at Crook Hall, the pub. See it through the trees. I'm not having a pint, don't worry. But nice place. Looks like someone's built a duck ramp, which is where's it gone? Which is a bit peculiar because I think ducks can, you know, like fly. So there's the Crook Hall, and over here is something of great interest. You have to cross the bridge though. So within sight of Crook Hall is this, which is an original pit tub from the John Pit. And there's a bit of talking about here, about the Crook village, its history, and all about the coal industry, including what the tippers would be using to get the coal on the canal. And I don't know if it works, but you might be able to pause this, take a screenshot, and then scan the QR code. Or not. Either way. It's very pretty. Anyway, let's get back on the canal, shall we? So we're going back over the canal, and then we will carry on down there. I don't know how many times this house has been for sale. Beautiful house, but obviously not one that people want to live in for too long. It might be haunted, who knows. Anyway, back on the walk. To get this far, if you wanted to finish here and go back again, has took me just over half an hour, and I was overtaken by people walking because I'm filming and I have to wait for gaps. So you could easily do this and back again, I would have thought, in an hour, but we're going to continue. So we're just leaving the marinery bit, although there's more boats moored up, and then you got this little footpath. Now this takes you over a little footbridge and through a walkway to the back of Heinz, and then you walk up by the side of it and pop out where the big warehouse is, and then you're in basically Marsh Green or Beach Hill, depending which way you go from there. So here we are, a bit further round, and we've got this. Now this is, I don't know what they call them. It's like a way of making sure that the water in the canal doesn't overflow. So it's a leveller, and basically it goes underneath this footbridge and goes down there. So there's too much water, it goes into the River Dougie, which you can see down there, and then eventually ends up in the River Mersey and then the Irish Sea. A lot of effort and a lot of engineering as well. You've got to be impressed. Remember, this is 200 years old, thereabouts. Now again, very, very peaceful and beautiful as well. You wouldn't think of all the industry and all the bustling and hustle and bustle of boats and barges going up and down here full of coal, with horses and coal fires, steam everywhere, muck everywhere. Get out of the way, all that kind of thing. Look at it now. It's fantastic. This is why I love Wigan. Hear the noise here, the water going down again into the River Dougie. If you strip it right down, a canal is basically a very long thin bath with no way for the water to get out. So if it rained too much, or if something happens, it would just get too full, overflow, and that'd be the end of that. So they have to have those areas that do level it off, just keep it safe, which is brilliant. Right, so we're now at the pub, which is now a restaurant. Well, it's not actually, it's derelict. Got a boat catching us up. There's no locks here for a while, so yeah, it's got to get away, but we'll probably catch it up at the next lock if it goes that far. So the baby elephant, it's got hoardings around it, so one assumes that means it's going to get redeveloped soon. into something that hopefully will be very successful. As we go under a bridge, Gathurst, and go onto the stretch of the canal that I have mixed feelings for. It's the one where someone stole my hat on a motorbike. My hat wasn't on a motorbike, someone on a motorbike stole my hat. And I also saw a turtle swimming, a actual turtle. So yeah, also the footpath has now changed to macadam, and that's the end of where it came from. As the boat comes through and goes all the way down to the motorway aqueduct. No, viaduct. Aqueduct's for water, you fool. So there we go. You can see the M6 viaduct. And underneath, just about make out the railway bridge. So you've got canal, rail and road all crossing over at the same point. Sadly, the chances of seeing a turtle today are minimal, due to the fact that the water is quite muddy because of the silt and everything. Looks like they're planting some trees on the hill. It's not a bad thing at all. As we get nearer to the M6 railway line and canal crossings. So now the railway bridge. You can see again a robust structure. And that's where they all cross over. The motorway, the canal and the railway line. Ancient engineering, Victorian engineering, 60s engineering. Oh, looks like the boat's broke down. He's got it going again. Slightly wedged into the bank though. Hopefully there's a reverse on these things. There is reverse, so he's got out the bank. But here we are at the locks. Now these locks are interesting because I use the word plurally. There is not one, but there are two locks here. This is one, obviously. So this is one of the locks, which is just about to be used. Those are geese. And then if we come over here, we see there used to be two locks here. But this one is no longer being used. Which again kind of shows you the importance of this route back in the day to have two locks at this point. Now obviously these were built before the viaduct and the railway line, and then over the years the need for this has lessened and now it's just derelict, but could be brought back in to service. Needs a bit of money. I think it's fair to say the gates are not of the best. Anyway, this again would be another perfect point to stop off and go back. I've been walking here now for about an hour and 10 minutes thereabouts. So it's another hour or so to get yourself back. I've got some little ducklings. Lots of ducklings around, isn't there? So on top of it now, as the barge goes in, let's go up to the next level and end up at Wigan Pier. So we're now leaving the locks behind. They're sticking another canal boat in there, so we're going to do two at once. They are narrow boats, so they should fit in there. Oh, easy peasy, he says. Truck's going over the top there. Yeah, they've done that before, haven't they? It's very skillful, to be fair. Just got to remember, they're on water. There's no grip. Anyway, carry on for now. See where we end up. And that's looking at the block that is no longer in use. It is pretty obvious, isn't it, when you come around the corner? Just keep going, because there's another wicking lot round there. And my mum, who's an artist, has always said to me she loves spring because you get all these different shades of green on the trees. And until recently, I didn't actually understand what she meant. But yeah, I mean, literally, how many shades of green are there? Got another one of these canal leveler thingamabobs. So it's not too bad at the minute. Just a little trickle. Oh, an old bridge there as well, which I don't think you can get to from this side, so can't imagine anything of any note's been over that for a considerable length of time. Oh, it's a proper fence. And trees. But the bridge is still there. I do often wonder how these trees manage to stay so close to the water's edge and not fall in. And then I see that where a tree has fallen in. So there's a tree that fell in. Not a big tree, and it hasn't blocked the canal in any way, shape or form. Just go around this massive sweep of a corner. Got another barge coming. So that one's come from Liverpool way, heading, well, towards Leeds, but probably not. Right, all the way over there where those trees are, the River Duggy is, and you often hear, particularly in summertime, kids having fun there. I see them jumping in the water and everything. Look at that sky. Looks like they've had a caterpillar tracked vehicle coming down here. This seems to be the River Duggy. Looking pretty cool. Well, this is interesting. Looks like it's a way of slowing down the flow of the river. I mean, do we get salmon up here? I can't imagine we get salmon up here, so it's not a way of making it easy for the salmon to get here. But no. So this is obviously what the kids are messing around in. There's a pool there as well, so I assume they go for a dip in there. But no, I'm very, very impressed. I was not expecting to see anything like this. So yeah, the caterpillar tracks obviously lead up to where the work's been done and leads to the swingy bridge, which has probably been used more in recent weeks or months than it has for probably 20 decades. No, maybe not 20 decades, but certainly 5 decades. So we're back here again. A bit further down. See an industrial looking building through the trees, which is normally blocked when it's summertime because of the leaves, etc. we're heading towards Appley Bridge. So we've got a lovely fence over there. I say lovely. It's straight, does what it's meant to do, which is be a fence, I suppose. As we get to the outskirts of Appley Bridge. What's the weirdest thing you've ever seen a farmer farm? There's about a flock of geese in a field. Obviously I'm joking. I was just having a gaggle with you. Again, another swing bridge. This one doesn't look like it's been used for a while. Certainly not been overly repaired for a while, so it might be used by the farmer to access the field on this side, because there is a track going down to the field which goes up to here. But yeah, I actually find that more pleasurable to look at than the last one. Alright, because of its history maybe. All those bends and bumps and scrapes and bits missing, part of its story. So you can see the houses now on top of the hill. That is Appley Bridge. It spreads all the way around there. So nearly at the end of this walk. So here we are, Appley Bridge. Indeed, thank you. Welcome in committee there. How cool is that balcony? What a view. What a view. So here we go. All this was industrial units. I vaguely remember it being like a mill or something similar. Now it's places for people to live with a view. I mean, literally to die for. You can see there's some of the building from the heavy industry that was here. So there's a bridge going over. I can't imagine it being a bridge going over, so probably some building or something else. Anyway, 2 hours roughly to get here, so it'll be 4 hours to get back. Bear in mind I have done lots of stop-offs and little diversion and stuff like that, so you could probably do it a lot less. So this is where the journey ends. Footbridge going to that estate, and then you've got the main road bridge just round the corner. I've got to walk back, obviously. I'm not going to film it. I think just watching me come one way is probably enough without having to watch me go back again. If you enjoy these, don't forget to check out the playlist and give me suggestions of other walks around Wigan that we can do. Until next time, goodbye.